it has the potential to create costly, burdensome, and useless bureaucratic expenditures of time and resources.
Ramon Edlin says charter schools are already working with less money than DCPS to operate schools. And a new set of rules would stretch them even more.
Here in D.C., where we, as one of the panelists said today, have the biggest achievement gap in the country by race and income, we need to be really focusing on what works best to improve academic outcomes for all students.
The bill, part of the Public Schools Transparency Act of 2019, would make charter schools subject to Freedom of Information requests and require them to hold public board meetings, meaning those schools would have to devote more resources to administration work, and that would cost money. It's something Council Member David Grosso feels the bills should address.
We're not saying that we're going to pay for this up front. I think that's a real problem. And this is, I think, what makes a lot of the charter LEAs very nervous.
At today's hearing, charter advocates said they're already stretched. A recent lawsuit against the district, charter schools claimed they were getting about $100 million in fewer funds each year.
Remove every barrier to the success of their high-performing schools, not erect unnecessary new roadblocks at every turn.
47% of D.C. students attend public charter schools. The legislation would bring those schools in line with their D.C. public school counterparts.
These are really issues of right to information. These are issues of using public dollars for the purposes of educating our children, for public purposes, and the public has a right to know.
In Northwest D.C., Sarah Consmo, WUSA 9.